Imagine if living to 100 was easier than you ever believed. Japan's oldest doctor continued treating patients past his 100th birthday. He avoided pills and strict diets, instead relying on simple, consistent meals every day. Just before he passed, he revealed his quiet truth. Let's break it down so you can start applying it today. In the US, the average lifespan is about 76 years. Right now, the weather in Okinawa, Japan, is 84 degrees. Many residents there live past 100, staying active, walking, cooking, and gardening. So, what's their secret? It isn't medication or expensive treatments. It comes down to their everyday habits and food choices. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara lived to 105 and continued seeing patients even in his final years. What was his method? Simple meals, steady routines, and joy in the little things. Today, we'll cover 5 powerful principles he followed that can transform your energy, digestion, and focus, especially after age 60. But first, let's tackle one common mistake: overeating while ignoring Hara Hachi Bu. Let's begin with a concept that seems basic but is easily overlooked: how much we eat. In Western culture, feeling full is often the goal. Clean your plate, get your money's worth, but in Okinawa, where long life is normal, the goal is different. They live by Hara Hachi Bu, the practice of stopping at 80% fullness. Just 80%, that's your signal to stop. Why does this matter? Eating slightly less helps lower calorie intake, reduce inflammation, ease organ stress, and support a healthy weight without any strict diets. The National Institute on Aging has shown that modest calorie restriction improves longevity and metabolic function. Dr. Hinohara lived this out. He believed in eating lightly, savoring his food, and leaving meals with a slight hunger. He credited this habit for his energy and sharp mind into his 90s. Meet Helen, 68. Raised to never waste food, she always cleaned her plate even if she was full. Over time, she noticed slow digestion, afternoon crashes, and poor sleep. Then she discovered Hara Hachi Bu. She began pausing mid-meal, asking if she was still truly hungry. The result? Better sleep, more energy, less bloating, and greater enjoyment during meals. Try it tonight. Eat slowly, take deep breaths between bites, and when you feel 70% full, stop. Your food habits are just the beginning. Next, we'll explore Japan's unique proteins. Second mistake: forgetting the power of beans and plant proteins. Let's talk protein, essential for strength, recovery, and healthy aging. But here's where many go wrong, especially in the West. Most people think protein equals meat. But in Okinawa, where people live the longest, protein isn't usually steak or chicken. It's plant-based, especially soybeans. Think soft tofu, rich miso, fermented natto, and crisp edamame. These aren't just staples, they're core to Japan's secret of long life. Why does it matter? Soy-based foods are rich in complete proteins and isoflavones that lower inflammation and boost heart health. They're also packed with gut-friendly prebiotic fiber. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that regular soy intake reduces LDL cholesterol, improves bones, and cuts the risk of cognitive decline. Dr. Hinohara enjoyed tofu daily. He believed it kept his arteries clean and digestion smooth, even in his later years. Let's meet Frank. He's 73, retired, and he has consistently avoided soy, influenced by concerns about hormones and estrogen. But after watching a documentary featuring Japanese centenarians, his curiosity sparked. He began a new routine. Twice a week, he swapped red meat for a colorful tofu stir-fry with bok choy, garlic, and ginger. It was light, satisfying, and energizing. After just 3 weeks, his blood pressure dropped, joint pain eased, and he no longer needed afternoon naps. The key takeaway is this: balance your meals without going fully vegetarian. Add lentils, black beans, or tofu to your plate a couple of times each week. Now, let's explore an anti-aging powerhouse that many Americans overlook. In Japan, it is an essential part of the morning routine. A hidden gem that goes beyond supplements. This isn't just a health trend or capsule. It's a treasured tradition, warm, healing, and full of life. Welcome to the world of fermented foods. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, Japan's legendary doctor, began every day with miso soup. It was more than comfort. It became a ritual of renewal. Miso, natto, pickled vegetables, and fermented seaweed are central to the Okinawan diet. They deliver live probiotics to nourish your gut, enzymes for digestion, and anti-inflammatory compounds that protect your brain, joints, and immune system. In contrast, many in the West rely on probiotic pills. But real fermented foods offer synergy. They combine whole ingredients and living cultures, giving results supplements rarely match. Take Claire, 70, a retired librarian. For years, she faced bloating, erratic digestion, and heaviness after meals. She tried powders, enzymes, and every probiotic available. Nothing clicked until a friend introduced her to real miso paste. Each morning, she started with just 1 cup of warm miso broth. No major dietary shifts, no supplements. By the second week, her digestion was smooth, her bloating gone. She felt lighter, her appetite more steady. The secret was in the living microbes, not in a manufactured pill. You can try this too. Stir a spoonful of miso into warm water. Nibble on a few slices of naturally fermented pickles. It's not just about digestion. Aging well is about equilibrium. Now we approach a controversial food group in the West. Carbohydrates. Often blamed and misunderstood, let's uncover why the Japanese daily diet still embraces them, especially for heart health. Mistake number 4. Cutting out carbs and avoiding sweet potatoes. Let's face it, carbs have been labeled the enemy. You've heard it before, cut carbs to lose weight. Older adults should avoid starches. But here's the truth, not all carbs are equal. Some, like those eaten in Okinawa, may actually extend your life. Let's turn our attention to Japanese purple sweet potatoes. These are more than just beautiful. They are incredibly powerful. In fact, they make up over 60% of the daily calories for Okinawan elders. What makes them special? They're packed with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that protect blood vessels and slow aging at the cellular level. Their fiber helps balance blood sugar and support digestion. Their potassium and vitamin C help maintain a healthy heart and a strong immune response. And thanks to a low glycemic index, you won't suffer blood sugar crashes. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara often chose sweet potatoes over rice. He believed they were gentle on the system yet offered strong, lasting support. Research from the National Institutes of Health confirms this. Foods rich in anthocyanins, like Japanese sweet potatoes, are linked to better vascular health, reduced inflammation, and slower cognitive decline in older adults. Introducing Paul, age 69. At risk of diabetes, feeling exhausted and frustrated, he had been avoiding all forms of carbohydrates, even the ones that could actually help. But his energy kept dipping, and cravings only grew stronger. His dietitian suggested trying steamed Japanese sweet potatoes. No oil, no added sugars. Just simple, clean nourishment. Paul began adding half a cup to his lunch. In just 2 weeks, he noticed a big change. His energy lasted all afternoon. Cravings decreased. His blood sugar levels became more stable than they had in months. The key insight is this: there is no need to fear carbs. Just choose wisely, the way the Japanese do. Now let's move on to the final, and perhaps the most powerful, lesson from Japan's most respected physician. This one isn't about what you eat. It's not about calories, carbs, or even fermented foods. It's about something deeper: how you live, how you think, and the energy you bring into your daily rhythm. Because true health is not only what's on your plate, it's the way you move through life. This is the piece that often gets overlooked, yet it has the power to transform everything else. It's a quiet force, stronger than any diet. The calm within your breath, the joy behind your choices, the meaning behind your steps. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, who lived vibrantly to the age of 105, didn't follow rigid meal plans. He didn't stress about every bite or try to outsmart the scale. Instead, he lived with joy, rhythm, and lightness. His mornings began peacefully with a warm bowl of miso soup, a walk through the fresh morning air, and a few pages from an uplifting book. He didn't eat with restriction but with awareness. He didn't avoid overeating because of fear, he simply respected the quiet signals of his body. His secret wasn't control, it was harmony. He climbed stairs instead of using elevators, even into his 90s. He kept working, kept moving, kept smiling. He gave lectures past the age of 100, wrote books, and inspired generations, not because he chased longevity, but because he enjoyed the journey of living. In his own words, to stay young, you must enjoy your life. Not just extend it, not just survive it, but truly feel the warmth and meaning in each passing day. Now meet Marie. She's 71 years old. For most of her life, she tried every diet that promised better health. Low carb, sugar-free, keto, intermittent fasting, gluten-free, always chasing the perfect plan. And yet, something always felt missing. Underneath the rules was a constant current of anxiety. Food became a source of stress instead of joy. She was always waiting for the next solution, the next breakthrough, the next quick fix. Until she discovered the teachings of Dr. Hinohara. She read his story, she saw his smile, she felt something shift. Marie decided to stop chasing perfection and instead embrace a new rhythm, a gentler, kinder way of living. She began walking 20 minutes each morning, not as punishment, but as a gift to herself. She slowed down her meals, chewing with intention, letting each bite nourish her both physically and emotionally. She created an afternoon ritual, a quiet cup of tea by the window, where she simply sat and listened to the stillness. No phone, no rushing, just breath and presence. She planted herbs on her windowsill and watched them grow, tiny green reminders that life moves gently when we allow it. Over time, Marie didn't just feel better. She felt free, calm, steady, connected. That simple rhythm changed everything. Her digestion improved, her energy lifted, and for the first time in years, she felt truly alive. This is what we often forget, that real health goes beyond food and exercise. It's also about emotional balance, mental peace, and the quiet joy of a steady, meaningful flow. The way you eat is important, yes, but so is the way you wake up, the way you breathe between bites, the way you end your day. If you take just one lesson from this story, let it be this. Don't just count grams of protein, count moments of joy. Don't just cut sugar, sweeten your day with laughter. Don't just fix your meals, nourish your spirit. If you're not sure where to begin, start small. Begin with happiness. Begin with a slow morning, a quiet walk, a deep breath. Begin like the doctor who lived to 105, not by fearing illness, but by choosing joy through every season of life. Now, let's bring everything together and gently recap the 5 key principles you can start practicing today. These are not trends. These are timeless choices, lived daily by some of the longest living people on Earth. Lessons from Japan's beloved physician, shared from one heart to another. First, stop eating when you feel about 80% full. This mindful practice supports digestion, balances energy, and can extend your life. Second, include plant-based proteins like tofu, lentils, and edamame. These foods are gentle on the body, kind to the planet, and packed with strength. Third, enjoy fermented foods, a spoonful of miso, a few bites of tangy pickles, filled with live cultures that nourish your gut and boost immunity. Fourth, choose smart carbohydrates. Sweet potatoes are a wonderful example. They provide long-lasting energy without causing a crash. And fifth, perhaps the most beautiful of all, live simply. Smile more, move gently, let your days carry a soft rhythm that brings peace to your body and clarity to your mind. These 5 practices may sound simple, and they are, but their power runs deep. They nourish your heart, clear your thoughts, support smooth digestion, and help maintain your independence as the years go on. And best of all, you don't need to change everything overnight. Start slow. Start with one breath between spoonfuls, one warm cup of tea, one kind decision at a time. Let that be your beginning. Which of these 5 principles speaks to you most today? We'd love to hear from you in the comments. Your choice might be the spark someone else has been waiting for, a small light that guides them on their path to health and joy. And stay with us, because in our next video, we're revealing a beloved health food that may secretly be speeding up your aging process. Many habits that seem healthy on the surface may actually leave you feeling more worn out than revitalized. But here's the truth. You don't need a perfect plan to live a long, vibrant life. What matters most are the small, steady changes you begin making today. So savor the deep, comforting taste of miso. Enjoy a warm, steamed sweet potato. Take a moment to smile during your lunch. Stretch your legs. Share a story. Breathe with intention. These tiny moments are not small, they are everything. They aren't just adding years to your life. They're bringing more life to every year you live. Are you ready to begin? Let today be the moment. Drop a comment below if this is the start of your journey toward a stronger, calmer, more joyful version of you. And don't miss what's coming next. It may just change how you see health forever.